The sewing parts of the last video I dropped on how to draft this blouse. In case you have not seen it, please kindly go ahead and see it. I will drop the link in the description box. Thank you for watching, and let's continue from where we stopped. In the last video, I showed you how to cut this on the fabric. I already cut it out and I added my allowances. This is the middle back and you can see how I cut it out. I already added my stay on the Ankara pieces, as you can see. So I added it only on the Ankara pieces. I did not add it on the lining. So this is the fabric and here is the sleeve. Here is how to cut the sleeve, and I already showed it in the previous video. So now let's continue. So we're going to come here now and bring the front part together like so. I'll place it right side facing each other like so, and I'm going to just hold it with the allowance I have added, which is 1/2 inch. I hope you understand. I'll go to the second part here and I'm going to repeat the same process, right side facing each other like so, and I'm going to just sew it. So while you're sewing, when you get to the underbust, just notch it and continue sewing. When you get to a part that you cannot sew, just notch it and continue sewing. Here is the lining pieces and I'm going to join it together the same way I have done to the front. I hope you understand. If you have any question, kindly ask me in the comment section. I'll be willing to respond to you. So here is the back piece and I'm going to just put it on each other like so, right side facing each other, and I'm just going to pin it down and sew with my 1/2 inch allowance. I'll repeat the same thing for the other side, just like so. I hope you understand. I'm trying to repeat it for the sake of the beginners that are watching. So after that, I'm going to just place it like this and sew with your 1/2 inch. I'll repeat the same process on the lining pieces, and these lining pieces, just place it side by side like this so that you will not be confused or sew it wrongly. I hope you understand, because these lining pieces can be sometimes tricky. So just place it side by side and sew it with your allowance. So here is the front piece. After I was done joining, place it on your bust arm like this and open it up and give it a good press. After that, then you turn it to the right side as well and give it a good press. I hope you understand. You can see I did not add anything to this cup, and you can see how it is standing. It is really standing. I did not add any padding whatsoever into this cup and it's standing so well, you can see. So just open up this part, the underbust part. You can see the cup came out so nice. Now the next thing is to come to the back here, and I've opened it up like this and I give it a good press. I'll bring the lining piece and I'm going to place it right side facing each other like so, and I'll open it up again and bring one part of the sleeve, which is the belt. I'm going to measure 2.5 or 3 inches like so, and then I'll place the sleeve, the belt, on exactly on the armhole edge. You are going to start from that place you marked. Start from the place you marked, that point you marked, then bring it down. Just make sure that it is on the edge of the armhole, and then I'm going to use the lining to cover it up this way, and I'll pin it down. I hope you understand. Just pin it down. After pinning it down, the next thing we are going to do is to start stitching. I'm going to start stitching from the armhole here. Start stitching from the armhole here with 1/2 inch allowance that I've added. I hope you understand. Then you're going to continue stitching with half inch here. Stitch the hemline with your allowance and stitch up 1/2 inch. Come up from this part. Come up from this part with 1/2 inch, then sew inside with 1/2 inch all the way up like so. So before you stitch this part, open up the lining, put the belt inside, like in between the lining and the Ankara piece, and then stitch the neck with your 1/2 inch as well. So the only part we are not stitching now is the shoulder line, because we are going to be turning it out through the shoulder here. So I hope you understand. So after doing that, this is what I have, and as you can see, I'm going to repeat the same process I did in the back, to this front as well. I'll mark my 2.5 inches. You can mark 3 inches. Then I'll place it just like so, and then I'll pin it down. You can see the way I'm placing it. Don't place it the wrong way, please. So just make sure that your belt is lying in between the Ankara piece and the lining piece. So this is the second side for the sake of the beginners that are watching, and I'm just going to place it like this. Just do as I'm doing and you will get your good result. So place your lining on it. Make sure the belt sleeves are in between the lining and the Ankara fabric. Place it on each other like so. If you have to pin it down, please go ahead and pin it down. And then I'm going to start stitching from this part here all the way here. So I'm going to pin this part here down so that it will not shift. You understand? So I'll just pin it down, then start stitching from here, from this part with 1/2 inch all the way down, and circle it like this, stitch like this, and then come to this part here. Make sure that your lining piece and the Ankara pieces are lining properly, and then you're just going to stitch it all the way down and 1/2 inch all the way up. Leave the shoulder line. So stitch through the armhole again with 1/2 inch, go all the way down with 1/2 inch to the sides, stitch the down part with your hem allowance, and make sure that that line are matching and aligning properly. Make sure they are aligning properly. So you're going to continue stitching with 1/2 inch here, then stitch with 1/2 inch around the armhole as well. I hope you understand. So we are just going to leave the shoulder. So now this is what we have, and what I'm going to do next now is to come to the curvy parts of this neckline here. You can see the shoulder line is not turned. I'm going to come to this part here, and I'm going to notch around this angle here first, then I'll notch through the circle part we have around here, and this is the second angled part, and I'm going to notch it so we can have a relaxed part around that place. I'll notch around the armhole as well so it can relax properly. I'll notch around the 2 armholes, then I'll put my hand in here and bring it all out. I hope you understand. I'll bring it all out like so, and I'm going to give it a very good press. It's actually a very simple thing to do. Just take your time and you have a good result. So just iron it properly like this. Iron it properly. Then after that, I'll come to the back piece, and I'm going to notch around the neck area as well. Then after notching around the neck area, I'm going to notch around the armhole as well, the same way. So I'll come to this part here, and I'm going to notch around it, and then I'll notch around the armhole, and I'll repeat the same thing for the second parts as well. I hope you understand. So the next thing I'll do is to join the shoulders. I'll just place the shoulder on each other like so, and I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to pin it down first. I'll pin it down here for stability. I'll pin it down here too, and then what I'm going to do next is to stitch with 1/2 inch, and I'll repeat the same thing for the second side. I'll come to the zipper allowance here. I'll place my zipper. I'm going to be starting, actually the zipper is longer than this part, so I'll start from the down parts. I hope you understand. I'll start pinning down the zipper from the down part like this. So, and I'm going to pin it all the way up. I hope you. When I get to this point, I'll fold it in the normal way we do, and I'm going to cut this part off. So here is the zipper after I am done, and I've pinned the fabrics together on the sides because I'm about to fit it now. So I'm just going to hold in my 1 inch allowance that I added as the sewing allowance. Now this is why pattern drafting is very essential, because by the time you take your correct measurements and you have your pattern ready, all you need is just to hold in whatever allowances you have added to the fabric, and you will have a good fit. The only thing that will make you not have a good fit is if the measurement you took is not correct. I hope you understand. Only if the measurement is not correct. But if it is correct, all you need to do is just hold in your allowances. So I will hold in my 1 inch allowance on this side and on the second side, and I will have a good fit. I hope you understand. So here is the outcome of our blouse, and we have come to the end of this video. If you find this video helpful, kindly give my video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your post notification so you can be notified whenever we upload a new video. and I can assure you there are still more interesting and educating video coming your way. Thank you for watching. Bye.